Hello. This is Castle Crashers Remastered, particularly. I played this game so much as a kid, and I'm going to play it again now for you all as another series. I know I have not finished uploading, what's it called? I haven't finished uploading the Hollow Knight because I forgot. However, as you can see, I have a ton of characters. I'm gonna probably do a playthrough with one of the original characters, which is these four: Fire Knight, Ice Knight, Lightning Knight, Poison Knight. I just have not decided who I'm gonna use because I have to reset one of them, and I'm probably gonna reset. Lightning's the most fun to play as. Lightning's the most broken by far, so we're gonna use Lightning. Personally, my favorite character to actually use when just like screwing around, I like using both of those guys, but I love using the Beekeeper. Beekeeper will be if we do a second run, / if we want to do a hard mode run, because there is a hard mode. It's just, this game is, made by Behemoth. It's just incredible. I mean, it's so nostalgic to me, first and foremost, is why I really like it. It's really nostalgic. It's super simple. It really just screams like 2007 like bullshit, and I love it. And I mean, I'm not gonna do voices for these because it's animal orbs. I can explain everything in due time. However, some basic controls: A, jump; X, swing; Y is heavy attack; B is arrow, or whatever you want. You see, okay, so here, I'm going to explain some things. I already have more than you should. Bow and arrow, you get. Shovel, you get in about like halfway through the game, and it'll help you dig up spots like, there's a dig spot in here somewhere. I have no idea where it is, and I kind of don't remember. Boomerang, you get by using a pet. It stuns things. It can open things easier. This dude gives you a free health potion, and you'll also see items that you can consume will be in the same little item select, which you can toggle by using your bumpers. Tell me about how I use my magic, RY. So that's my magic attack. You can hold RT to kind of charge it up. Or not even charge it up, but just have it ready to use. And Y will be, as she said, the splash attack, and then as we upgrade it, R plus B will be an attack, and then R plus A, etc., etc. Okay, so it's a combat. That's the blacksmith. He is also a knight. If you can see, I remember this was an Easter egg. This was an Easter egg in the original Castle Crashers, because he's the blacksmith. And so you would go to the blacksmith. I put down my controller because I was starting to talk with my hands, which is has happened a lot, actually. It happened during Hollow Knight as well. I'm going to let this scene play out first. Playable character. So basically, back in when this game was originally released on, here's a little Easter egg as well. Back when this was originally released on, what's it called, on Xbox 360, PC, PlayStation, etc., etc. They released characters with DLC, so like they released the king as a DLC character. They released, as I was going through the character screen, you could see they released a pink knight. They released one of the bosses as a character, as well as, but the last one, I think it was the last one that they ever released. Alongside, actually, they also had like Alien Hominid as one of the characters that they released as the game went on, and you got that for playing Alien Hominid, which was also a Behemoth game, and and Hattie from Battle Block Theater, which is an incredible game as well. You got those for just playing their games, which was always cool. However, I remember somebody told me in an online Xbox multiplayer online game, and I was like, that's such a theory, but I was also like 10, so like I was like, whatever, that sounds plausible. Is that all four of the starting knights, the, Fire Knight, Ice Knight, Poison Knight, Lightning Knight, you can see on my chest, we have a plus. And so somebody, and by somebody, again, I was told from a random dude in a random multiplayer lobby, I was trying to level up and beat the game with some characters. And I got into a random lobby, and we were at the blacksmith changing weapons or whatnot. And he was like, oh yeah, don't you know that the blacksmith is a knight? And I was like, what? Like, that's stupid or whatever. Like, why would you say that? And then he explained it to me, and I was like, you're a genius. He's obviously a knight, but like, they're like, okay, what am I gonna do with that information? I think that was even before they started releasing DLC characters, or if they did, I didn't know about them at the time and only started buying them later because they were like a couple bucks maybe. And I was like, that's so stupid, or like, that's cool. It's really cool to see and everything, but what am I supposed to do with that information? And I just kind of went on with my life afterwards. But then I remember, here, I'll show you now. I remember, compass will be important later as well. But I remember seeing it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I remember when the blacksmith actually came out into the game, I was fucking shook, to say the least. I was inconsolable. I was like, oh my god, like, everything I've ever thought of, everything I've ever dreamed of is true. Everything, I'm looking right now at the stats. There's 4 stats in the game: strength, agility, magic, and defense. And I'm basically just looking right now for the thing that gives me the most strength, and right now it's this one. I have a ton of weapons unlocked because I've played this game a lot, or at least I did in my Xbox days. Excuse me. And now I'm doing the same on the remastered version, which is always beautiful. However, like, some of these weapons, I can remember the days. I remember when this weapon was like a level 5 weapon, because it's, I think, no, this came with the king, and that was also ridiculous, because certain characters start with certain weapons, and obviously, certain characters can start with certain weapons, as I just said, but not all of them are going to be level 1 weapons like the 4 original knights start with. So, like, for example, the king, who is a playable character, who's a DLC character in the original game, started off with the scepter, a level 20 item. And that weapon was part of his DLC pack, I remember, and it was originally a level 5 weapon, and it became a level 35 weapon after that. Basically, okay, so this is the pets. They are collected throughout the game as you progress in random spots and or DLC. And they all do relatively different things. I always choose Giraffe, at least for the beginning when I play the game, because he helps you level up faster. That's basically it. And I think that's really important because I kind of, like, the early game goes on for a bit. I'm not gonna lie. It goes on, and every once in a while when you level up, you learn something new. So, like, we just learned the new combo AA, but does that. That's cool. You learn more combos. At level 40, you learn how to, like, sprint dash, which is always awesome. And then every level up for the first 20, you get 2 level up points because we can upgrade those stats that I was saying was on each weapon, like strength, defense, agility, magic. You can upgrade all of those stats when you're leveling up. I think it's the first 20, I believe, you get 2 upgrade points for per, and then after that you get 1 for levels 21 to 99, I guess. I think that's much. I remember in the original version there was a glitch, and it was incredible. And it was just obviously with data, you can only store data up to 256, and I guess like older stuff. I don't know. I'm not a computer science guy. I don't care. However, that's how I know the glitch, basically how it works, was that, like, things can only store up to 256 of something. That's just the number. And so I remember in the original game, an exploit that was incredible and that I loved was that you can glitch your game, or somebody could glitch their game and be level 256. And that was one of the easiest ways to level up. Is that you get into a multiplayer game with a level 256. And I'll show, or I'll explain more of it later, because I do not remember completely how it worked. Basically, you had to be, you as the not 256 had to be at least level 4, so you could do a sprint, or you can do a roll. And then you had to have a 256 stand in like the middle of the screen during a time at which you were fighting. And during that time, if you dashed and rolled into a corner of the map, a specific corner, you would start damaging the 256, and each single tick of damage, because they're level 256, they obviously are invincible. They're incredible, like, all their stats are ridiculous, like, they cannot die. You cannot kill a 256. Nobody could. And so what they would do is they would take 1 damage from us rolling, but constantly, for some reason, the game glitched like that. But, again, each tick of damage was 1 XP point for us, or however many XP points, I don't know if it was exactly 1 or not. But those 2 things, plus, I don't know, Giraffe, because we have them, because why not, fuck it, would get you to level up over and over and over and over and over again, repeatedly, and that was how you just cheese the level up system. And I don't remember your exact level. This is also our first mini boss. I've kind of been just glossing over the entire game at this point. Basically, an evil wizard dude, I think his name just might be like a wizard, came, stole the princesses from us. He stole the king's crystal to make a getaway, which was kind of fucked up. And now we're fighting through the world and his goons to get it back. People we're fighting right now, if you don't see the level that we started, it's called the Barbarian War. These characters are all barbarians. I will explain a little bit, or I will explain what I know about each of them. You unlock this character specifically, okay, as I did not explain, but as I showed through my character select screen, you have more than 4 characters. You start out with 4 when the game begins. You start with 4 when the game begins, the 4 original knights, and then as you progress through the game doing specific things, you can unlock more characters, because what fun would this game be if you could only play as 4 characters? And specifically, you can get the Barbarian with, if you remember when I was at the blacksmith screen, I could have gone further left, which would have taken me to the Barbarian Arena. I believe I did for a split second. Barbarian Arena is exactly what it sounds like. It's waves of barbarians, and if you complete those waves of barbarians, you will unlock the barbarian character, and then beating the boss, spoiler alert, that we're about to face coming shortly, will unlock a different character, and as well as unlocking characters naturally throughout playing the game. When you beat the game with most characters, you unlock a new character today. So I believe, I don't remember exactly who the Red Knight unlocks, but I believe it ends. I think the last character that's unlocked, because obviously they don't have an infinite amount of characters. The last character that like the Red Knight lineage unlocks is the panda-looking character that I passed through on the select screen, because I obviously beat the game when I synced my, no, I didn't even sync my Xbox data. When I just started playing this game, I beat the game with the Lightning Knight first, obviously. However, we're about to face our first boss, so I'll be a little quiet. I remember with this boss, 256s could kill him in like a hit. This boss is he has a couple attacks that, you know, he has the standard punch, he has the back spikes, he has this, which is ridiculous. And obviously as the fight continues, random barbarians will come out from the crowd. However, he has that attack, which will push you into the ground. Not immune to his attack, so he can attack you again while you're down there. He has that attack, which I think you can block if you just, shield it. He has that attack, which both is flames, which is its own effect, as well as explosive, and he just hits you. He can also hit into the ground other barbarians. That's always cool. It's just, you know, you gotta juggle responsibilities a little bit. He's also, I don't think you can damage him while he's drinking the poison. It's just chaotic. It's chaotic, but if you know what to do, and if you bought like a single potion, you'll be fine. Especially because you can see they all drop fruit. Or, yeah, a lot of them drop fruit. It's not supposed to be a difficult first fight. I will say, there's one fight that I, like, early on in the game that I find fucking ridiculously difficult. Every time you beat a big boss, you get a big chest, and it's gold. And then now this is the boss room I'm talking about, because it's the first boss room like this. Because if you saw, there's 4 princesses. How it'll work was basically, we chase them throughout the game, and every once in a while we get another boss with another princess. That is basically it. So what we do here, I'm going to explain the glitch first. I mean, especially, it's just for fun, because why not? Give me one sec. Basically, the 256 would stand like right here, and then each of us, because I did participate, you would do the Y roll in the corner, and it would damage them, and that was only possible. You can only damage. There's no friendly fire normally. However, when you cut down the princess, if you're in a multiplayer game, you fight each other, actually, to get the right, because only, obviously, one knight can kiss the princess. Therefore, you and however many other people are in your multiplayer game fight each other for the right to kiss the princess. Seem fair? Relatively it is. Here's our upgrade screen. So, their strength, magic, defense, agility. And then magic has something in particular. Magic has little bars right there. Basically, those are progress bars. Every time you pass that bar, you unlock a new ability. So the first bar is the RT plus B. But what I was telling you about earlier, being the little ball that you shoot. This is the Barbarian Arena that I was talking about. If you beat the game with a Barbarian, you get the enemy of the next area, which I'm about to go into, the forest entrance. You saw them a little bit earlier. Excuse me. There was 2 of them in particular. But this is also very focused damage. It does not hit a wide area of effect like the Y, even though the Y kind of doesn't even hit a wide area of effect either. Oh god, oh god. Okay, Jesus. Yeah, so there's also animals in the game that you can ride sometimes. But those are some other enemies that are transporting princesses. These are thieves. You unlock them, and they are playable after you beat the game with the Barbarian. And that's a common trend, is that certain enemies will be unlockable. And certain enemies, will be unlockable through beating the game with the other enemies in the game. Or the enemy that is unlockable from that area. So Barbarians themselves are directly unlockable by beating the Barbarian Arena. Thieves are indirectly unlockable because they take beating the game to unlock, is how I consider it, basically. And that is how I think every enemy in the game is technically playable, with obviously the exception of some, but not all bosses. Some bosses are, in fact, playable. But so each area tends to try to at least like have something unique going on. Like this is, you know, it's a different theme. You have like riding animals. Thieves in general, instead of having a war going on, you know, you're going through a forest and stuff. Thieves in general are different. Some or most what am I trying to say? Most enemies have something unique about them. So, like, thieves, because a thing that I did not explain was that for agility in particular, that affects how fast you go and how far your arrows go. And thieves, because of, you know, them being thieves, have infinite arrow length, and they can shoot straight forever, basically. And other kind of things. I hate this controller. Or I hate specifically using it wired because it just is so, does not want to cooperate at all, ever. And also when things are riding animals, like there's this lizard and then there's other animals later, that might be, if they're like standing over you, that might be one of the only times I find the double A attack to be useful, to like knock them off of the animal. However, you see the music notes, and back here we get a pet. The pet's kind of useless compared to my giraffe, considering I'm already level 5. I'm kind of flying through the game. This begins to be a chaotic, or this is, again, because up to this point, you know, the game's kind of cartoony, it's kind of funny, This, as a 7-year-old, was one of the funniest things to me. It's shitting itself because there's an animal, or there's a beast behind us that is hunting us down. However, again, I think like all areas of the game try to be very, try to be like bare minimum aesthetically different, or for better or worse. It try to have, you know, different enemies with different mechanics. Thieves just happen to be the arrow shooting, which they kind of spam, and they, you know, arrows knock you down, and that kind of gets annoying quickly. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. But it's nice, you know, it's fun. It's a cartoony, like, little game, you know. It's something fun. It is a little bit of fun. A little tomfoolery, even. I enjoy it. And again, it has a charm. Okay, except for the fucking arrows. Oh my god. That's not charming. I'm not gonna lie, it's not charming. I'm fed up. The thieves will make me take back everything I said. The thieves and then the boss I'm thinking of that makes it, the game difficult, or the difficult boss that I'm thinking of, most bosses I can be like first try, because this game is not really a paragon of difficulty until it's one boss. It's not even, it isn't. So apparently something is chasing us, and it's very terrifying. This is another animal. It literally just makes you walk faster across water. That's like useful in like 3 levels maybe. This game is not like difficult, or not supposed to be difficult really. But there's just one boss who I never could fucking beat on like first try, and it's difficult. I'd still probably find it difficult. It's just, you'll see. We'll probably get to it tonight. I mean, I'm not planning on doing a super long stream, considering it is very late. However, the first episode should be interesting enough on its own. Just like I did with Hollow Knight, I'm going to get deep enough to kind of get the intrigue building, you know? These are our newest enemies. These fuckers. We've moved on from thieves currently. And we can start seeing, at least a little bit, not really, you see it more with the Fire Knight, is that certain enemies will have elemental weaknesses and elemental immunities. These fuckers have a fire weakness. They are weak to fire. They will take like hella damage with fire. That's also an animal lore, but I just don't have the bombs. You need to have bombs to blow up the wall. This also, those walls can be broken with not boomerangs. I just think it's fun to use the boomerang because I don't use it for normal things. And so we see that the thing that is chasing us is big enough to scare the bear. This is another thing, actually. If you have gold and you leave it unattended, those fuckers will come around and try and steal it from you, which is always interesting to me. But yes, we're kind of starting to transition, or we've introduced another new enemy. Dude, alright, I get it. Shoot arrows, Jesus. And that's what I kind of like, is you can kind of like see the world change as you're moving along. I'm just gonna pop this now. And it's like, it's kind of cool world building, I would say. It's pretty cool to where it's like, we can see that they're, here, I'll show off what the boomerang actually does while I'm at it. It's cool to see the world change as you're moving on and as you're moving along, and it's like you start to see less of one enemy and more of another. Whereas like in the Barbarian War, you because there's a war going, if you've noticed, when we killed those 2 thieves, it was 2 thieves looting dead bodies. And it's just kind of cool little things like this. Like, these fuckers, I will tell you, will not have their own area. Spoiler alert, they will not get their own area. Somewhat obviously to me, considering they're all birthed off of this guy. But, they will not have their own area. But it's cool to see that they were, like, you know, a little brought up a little bit beforehand. Also, this is another, I remember this was a good XP farm back in the day. If you couldn't find a 256 somewhere, you went here. Or you could kill these guys for a little bit, you know. Because he keeps spawning them as long as he's still alive. And if you had bombs, specifically, if you had bombs, you could just easily take care of all of them. But I don't, because I did not think this through, and I don't think there was a shop open that had bombs, as far as I remember. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, and so that's the danger right there, is you kind of get trapped, and you kind of get chained like that, and then it starts becoming a lot less funny. Because they do some melee damage, and they do more than thieves, and they do more than barbarians. I'm not gonna lie. And in the words of that one dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting cooked. Because they kind of fucking hurt when they all attack you at the same time. I'm fighting for my life out here. This is unexpected. This is not the boss I was saying was difficult. That is the thing I want to say the most, actually. This is not who I was talking about at all. However, this is a really interesting part. Or this is a cool part, I think. It's fun. There are some fun little things that aren't just like side-scroller, or like moving through the levels kind of level. And this is one of them. And that's the thing that's also chasing us. So basically, we're getting chased, and we have to be on one of these deer. And there's gonna be obstacles in front of us in all shapes and sizes. And the trick, there's a trick actually to this, is you follow the route that the pooping deer takes. And why is that? Because there's going to be walls with doors in them. And you're not gonna know where the door is, well, you will, and you can adjust. However, the pooping deer is the right track. And I remember when I learned that, there is an achievement, which is go through this area flawlessly. And I remember when I learned the fact that the pooping deer had the correct route, I was in awe. I was shaken. Because it makes it so much easier. Which, I mean, because, you know, it's not terribly a difficult reactionary thing to do. But, you know, whatever makes it easier. As you see all the deer slowly start to follow the poop deer. But, or at least, that's how I was taught it. I can see that all the deer know the route already. However, the pooping deer, I was taught just follow the pooping deer and we're good. After a couple more, I think that was the last one. Yeah. We escape and we enter a new area. And it's a very cool area in my opinion as well. I think one thing that does not get appreciated / can show you the genius of these games, not even the genius, like if you want to be like, is the level design again, because I touched on it earlier with all the different like enemies that come around and like having elemental weaknesses and such. But I think it's really interesting how many different environments they came up with and have, because obviously shit is pretty diverse. I mean, they have their own water level, which is kind of insane. That enemy never shows up again. I'm not gonna lie to you. That enemy never shows up besides in these waters. You have thieves still along the sides because they still exist, shooting you down because, you know, you're still a wanted enemy as you're floating down a river. You have bats starting to show up coming down the river in more and more and higher numbers where they'll munch on you. Those guys are kind of easy to kill. Now that I kind of realize, I did not know that. You have sharks. Fuck. Fuck. You have sharks that'll try to knock you off your little jump that you're standing on. Oh, I missed, which makes things a little bit harder. I'm not gonna lie. And then, eventually, we're gonna reach the pinnacle of it soon. We reach our second boss of the game. Not a princess chasing boss, but just a boss. A little mini boss, per se. Just like the tank thing. So what you do, you destroy the hairball to prevent it from hitting the ship. The ship can cannon the catfish then, which weakens it. As you saw, my attacks post-cannon, or way post-cannon, were doing 2 per hit, while my normal sword was doing was doing 6 when it was cannonballed. And you kind of go back. This is the strategy I use. I sit right in front of the ship, I hit the the hairball, let it hit, use as much magic as I can, kind of get some melee attacks in, and then some more just cheap shots while I'm hanging out. If you get punched, as obviously with all the sharks, as you've seen me repeatedly get hit, you'll get knocked off your thing. The reason I stand in front of the ship will be when it enters phase 2, it does something different, and you need it to actually run into the ship for it to take effect, which is always, I thought, interesting, however. So it starts punching you again, and then it's at a low enough health where it'll start doing it. And if you'll notice also, it's being ridden by a panda, an enemy we have not seen yet, but exists. It gets into this, it starts swimming around, and what you gotta do is line up with the ship, get out of the way, and let it hit the ship, and that's when that'll end. Or it'll just kind of do it a little, I think, like, obviously not gonna do it forever. But that's kind of how easy it is. Again, this game is not really a pinnacle of difficulty. However, this is the next time, or this is the time we'll get to go back to that main menu. This is like the end of the series of missions. Like, what you'll notice is every series of missions will end on like that mini boss or a princess boss kind of thing, which is cool. And we have shops littered throughout the kingdom, ran by the local dudes. Like, this is a shop ran by a thief. It's cool. Tomorrow, 2 for 1. You break it, you buy it. You know, they all have like personality. It's cool. You can buy potions and bombs, and for the most part weapons, and I think you can buy a pet in like at least one of the places. Yeah, it's cool stuff. This is just a cool game. Thieves Arena. Here, I'm gonna look it up just to make sure. Give me 1 sec. But next we have the tall grass field. Castle Crasher's character unlocks. And also, listen to this good music. Okay, so as I was saying, the Red Knight, after you beat the game with the Red Knight, you unlock the skeleton, and then you unlock the panda, for example. However, I was wrong. Barbarian does not unlock the thief. The thief, as you saw from Thieves Arena, every character that has an arena, you unlock them straight from the arena. So the thief does not unlock the Barbarian does not unlock the thief. It unlocks the Beekeeper, one of my all-time faves. And then the thief unlocks a different character we haven't met yet. And then obviously, I forgot to mention this. Actually, this is a good thing I looked up. Also, these fuck off, Jesus. These characters have a lightning weakness, kind of. I think relatively. If not, I just upgraded my magic, so that's why they're a little bit weak, but they're also by far the strongest physical attackers we've met, because I upgraded my defense by 1, and they're still kind of fucking me up. They do a lot of damage, relatively. But the first boss, the boss that yielded the first princess, the one that we just beat, like, 10 minutes ago, that unlocks a new character. And I also don't have the item that it wants me to have. I thought I did, though, but that's kind of cringe. It gets you an animal, that is all. They have a bomb weakness, too. That is what I'm remembering. They also, I think, have a fire weakness. That's kind of whack, though. They also, okay, also, because I keep getting interrupted by things I want to mention. These are the first instance, and it will absolutely not be the last, of enemies using their magic, basically. All enemies, obviously, you can play as them, have magic. These are the first instances of enemies using magic. It's cool. This is also another little boss, and he does the other version of their magic. This is also something that rarely happens, but does happen nonetheless, is that you can get in a sword clash with enemies. And that is, it's just that simple. You will get into a clash with them, and it's whoever can tap X, acting like the fucking computer taps X. If you can tap X fast enough. Also, he has its own animal orb, and it is the fucking thing. It's the thing that keeps knocking me down while I'm doing shit. It's the ram. It's annoying. It is annoying. I got barrel stuffed by his ability, and again, I'm kind of getting fucked up by these pandas. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting cooked. But as I was saying before, I keep interrupting myself. What's it called? Beating that boss unlocks you the 5th Knight. If you saw it in my character selection screen, congratulations. It is the Grey Knight. The Grey Knight is the 5th Knight. It was all the people we were fighting against. They're not cool. They don't have like elemental things. They just have their own separate abilities, such as having arrows rain from the sky, and the likes. And then their B ability is bombs, or R bombs, which are cool because obviously I think their bombs still count for enemies that have fire weaknesses. I'm not entirely sure personally, but it is cool, and it unlocks a new character as well when they beat the game. I think there's very few characters that don't unlock things. And obviously, those are the ones at the end of their lineage. So, like the bear, ninja, fencer, Saracen, stoveface, beekeeper, snaky, civilian, brute, conehead, alien hominid, king, open gray face, knight, necromancer, cult minion, stuff like that. Those are the last like 8 were all DLC characters. Jesus Christ, I forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. What's it called? All of the characters that were DLC in the original game don't unlock any new characters when they beat the game. So if it's not one of those characters, if it's not the characters I've listed, and obviously I don't know how you're supposed to know their name, because in the game it doesn't even say what they are. So like I don't know how you're supposed to know their name, but certain characters unlock characters and certain characters don't. Each character, I don't know. Figure it out. It's fun. The game is not that long of a game. Like, if I do, like, what I do with Hollow Knight, where it's like I stream an hour or 2 every night, we should probably beat the game in a couple streams, and then I might get on a higher level character, or I might just do the difficulty from the beginning, because there is a hard mode that you unlock. From beating the game. I've never actually beaten it. I've never actually tried to play it at all, actually. But that is a fact. Bitch. So, as I keep leveling up, I can mention my strategy when I level up characters is, barring the Fire Knight. Fire Knight, I do something different, solely because I believe Fire Knight is the first character, or at least the first like character you see where a minion has a resistance to their magic. There is a area, it's somewhat I'd say probably a little bit before halfway. It'd be around the level to where you finished upgrading your magic, and it's like you finish upgrading your magic, but you have no other levels in anything. That kind of like weak area of the game. That you see, there is the first enemy with an elemental resistance, and it is a resistance to fire. Nothing resists. I don't think anything resists lightning, and I don't think anything resists ice. Well, nope, Cap. Something does resist ice. I remember something resists ice. Nothing resists lightning as far as I know. Basically, it's the first thing I can remember that resists fire, and it's really fucking annoying when I'm like level 14 and I'm just like completely upgraded in magic but nothing else, and then my magic does not work against an enemy. So I upgrade Fire Knight a little differently. Lightning Knight specifically because his RTY magic, that is kind of broken. I like to upgrade first. I like to rush magic because the combo you get at the end, it's what I've been doing kind of like nonchalantly. It's a specific combo that when you upgrade your magic enough, it does ridiculous damage because it's obviously not meant to be like rushed. Like it's supposed to, like, I think what they expected was people to level up their stats at a normal, balanced pace. However, I'm built different. And we've reached another little boss. Called this fucking, I think it's Periwinkle, actually. I think I actually do know the name of this the boss. It's adorable, too. Look at him. This lick, or I think the poop specifically, will poison you. I'm not sure if the lick will. However, they also have, obviously, its little underling bats. It's another pretty simple boss fight. I can let it lick me just to... Oh, no, that does not poison. The poop poisons. I know that. And obviously, again, not toilet humor, but like fun stuff. This is the fucker that this is another animal orb. However, what's more important is this room, the loot room. There's a lot less loot than when I was, when it was on. There's a lot less loot than the original version. That's all I can say. The original version had me fucking fighting for my life trying to get the gold and stuff. If we're looking at the time, I've been shooting for like 50 minutes maybe. I could probably go on to the end of this area to be completely honest. Also, I made a mistake in wasting one of my upgrade points. However, so Flowery Field is next, and then we also have Industrial Castle. I'm gonna check out the Industrial Castle. It's a little one-off shoot. There's something back here. The weapon. It's not that good, but you can see. I'm not beefy enough to break down this door. However, what you can do, at least like what I used to do, like to be like, oh, but I can still get up, is like either use the magic ability to unlock next, or I would just combo it to get up that high and be like, what the fuck, let me in. It doesn't matter. Either way, you can't beat this area right now. And that's whatever. I don't particularly care. Either way, you know, life goes on. But whatever. I'm going to buy a potion just because they really put me to my limits back there. The fucking I don't remember what was messing me up. Flowery Field, however, King's riding on his horse, and we have some catapultists, and we have our own, like, we have people finally fighting for us. This also might be the only enemy in the game that you, like, fight but cannot play as, are the fucking bees. Or, like, the minions. The only, like, minion you can fight, or that you can't be. There is no bee. There's only a beekeeper. Spoiler alert. The beekeeper are, like, coming up in, like, a couple minutes. As you'd expect. And their magic is really hilarious to me, all bee related, and I love it so much. And again, you unlock them from beating the game with the Barbarian, as far as I know, and as far as the list that I googled told me. So that's always exciting. Beekeepers, they're always fun. I think they're cool. I don't know. And by them, I think like the character. It's cool. I hate bees in real life, but that is a story that I don't care about. Or that's I don't know. Also, King got knocked off his horse. I don't know where. It's all the way back here. You can get on the horse. It's cool. It's fun. He doesn't get back on it, so like, well, I don't know, why not? Why waste it? Alright, so basically this, I remember, used to be its own glitch. Where you could go through, and also that's an achievement, getting full power. This used to be like a glitch. It's like you can like clip through here, like by sprinting and rolling. But I don't want to break the game. I remember that glitch. That glitch was funny. This game was adorable because of how much it was glitched. And like, look at these knights. These are the Periwinkle Knights, actually. I remember now. Or Coneheads, I think they're just lovingly referred to. And they have a lightning weakness, as far as I remember. And as far as me hitting them with electricity, he says. And they have lightsabers. I mean, I don't know what else to say. That's pretty cool. There's no commentary for this. They have lightsabers. We're attacking a castle right now. The progression, we went through the Barbarian War, we snuck through the Thieves' Forest. Now we're, also when you level up, you get more mana. And that's why I was able to keep that going for so long. We're now sieging a fight. We went through caves and shit, and now we're sieging a fight at a castle. Stop something. I will see soon, actually, what I'm trying to stop. So, deal with it. So, be fucking patient. Also, this is a suggested big brain idea. If you do not have, if you do not have the resources possible to take down a big man, specifically Lightning Knight, his ability stuns them, comparative to the ice and the poison and the fire. Well, ice freezes him, I think. Poison poisons him, but it doesn't stun him. And then obviously, that's the best goal in the game. Like, poison poisons him, fire puts him in fire, lightning, bolts, stun. That's the insane part. That also, I think, was a glitch. I got soft locked, or not soft locked, the game just froze at one point. And this is what we're trying to stop. We're at the castle, and we're here to stop a wedding from happening. They're trying to marry one of the princesses. I was gonna say one of the princi, but no, he's trying to marry one of the princesses. And so we're here to stop the banquet, basically. We're here to cancel the vows. And I also load up on potions because this is the boss I was talking about. That motherfucker. And also, if I'm remembering correctly, they have a weakness to bombs. Yeah, there we go. So, like, hypothetically, I have 4 bombs. The boss should be a little easier. But worst comes to worst, you see me die, and we restart the level, and I get, like, a little bit salty, and then we move our lives. Actually, I also think I know where we're gonna end it. I'm gonna end today's episode stream. Also, that's the combo that I was foreshadowing that I will be able to access. I think either like when I'm level 50 or when I fully upgrade magic. I genuinely do not remember which one it is. It's just XXXY. It's both a good combo because it like stuns them, and it also, when you have maxed magic or are level 50, again, I don't remember which one. Chill. Dude, how are you still alive? What the fuck? Whichever one it is, it's pretty good combo. It does a ton of damage, but also it does not right now when I'm level 10. But that's whatever. I'd still do it anyway because it's literally ingrained in my memory from like when I was 10 years old. 10 or whatever. No, that's actually, this game is how I met one of my internet friends I still talk to now. When I was like genuinely, I don't remember, single digit age for certain. I was in an online multiplayer game because I was, you know, traversing the internet at that age, and had a mic to talk, and I met one of my internet friends who I still talk to from time to time on here. on Castle Crashers trying to play an online game. I don't remember what game what characters we were doing. I don't remember. He was definitely not a 256 because he was the same age as me, which was hilarious. And also, when I mentioned him like years later to my parents, they did not believe that. But also, he was not a predator. I was certain. Also, this is the boss. It's chaotic as fuck, and I'm just gonna try to cheese him as much as I can because he's ridiculous to me. He's very quick, but I met him just playing Castle Crashers, and it was sick. And he also introduced me to another online friend of mine who I first off did not like for a while. For the first like couple of years, I knew him, and then one day when I was like 12, I was like, "Why was I being a dickhead to you?" And then like we've been friends and we talk like very often still. Because we still like game together at times, playing like Destiny and Smite and shit. So that's why he's very fast. That's like the only way I've found to really beat this guy is use bombs and just block as often as you can and see if you can lock him in a lightning or like whatever magic you use. See if you can like knock him down. I know a lot of magic does knockdowns. But this is, a very cool concept for a boss fight where the wedding warrior is a fucking grenade, like a bomb launcher, but I don't know. This boss fight is marred in my brain just because of how annoyingly difficult it is at times. However, we have killed him, and we have won the bride. Except for... we have not. The Cyclops is taking him. And then this music, again, this jam. We get launched onto their carousel as the Cyclops is trying to drive her away, take her away. We gotta deal with it. And we gotta deal with all the Periwinkle Knights at the same time. Trying to stop us from stopping him. He's just mad because I don't remember if he's the son or the dad. I think he's the son. No, that wouldn't make sense. I think he's the dad of the man we just killed, the man we just fucking murdered in cold blood. Well, lukewarm blood, I suppose. Now thieves are in again. However, we're too good for that. They're bombing and trying to knock me off the carousel. But this motherfucker has come back for more. And if you saw / heard that noise, this is his power. He can shoot lasers from his eyes. However, our lightning, as you can see, if you can see, as we level up our magic more, my Y lasts longer. Again, kind of a shocker kind of thing. Wow. But now we're heading back into another cave, and now we have some fruit to regen us to full health. But first, let's go back outside. Animal Orb. I don't remember what he does. I really don't. I've never used him in my life. I only used Giraffe, to be completely honest. Giraffe, and then there's like a couple. Or there's a dark, dank cave with Periwinkle Knights and the blobs that we saw earlier. Except this time, because they're in tandem with other enemies, they're kind of a lot more annoying. And you actually saw what they did, because I remember the first time, I killed all of them before they actually landed on me. Oh! Alright, yeah, and you see monkeys will steal your money and just get away with it, because, you never think it would happen, and then it does, and you're just kind of like, fuck. And then you let it happen, but whatever. I'm gonna leave and come back in again just because I want the fruit. The fruit respawns every time. The enemies don't. That is a little cheese. Oh, they do respawn. Well, this was a fruitless endeavor. Ow. Alright, yeah, maybe I deserve that bomb. Motherfucker. Please. I want the gold. Alright, fine. We will not.
So the really funny thing is my controller died because I unplugged it. So you're gonna see
what happens when you die, which is you just go back to the loading screen and have to take over. Oh, here's the new magic XXXY. Okay, cool. So like anyway, because we can go back. Here's the church store. Bless my soul, a shopper. I do not. There's a weapon. There's an animal orb right there. I'm gonna buy more potions because that sucked. Wow, that's your first death right there. Cool. We're going back to Cyclops cave, and I'm not laughing this time. So I get my boom extra spicy combo right there. Finally. And you can see around level 12, as I was saying, like with the Orange Knight specifically, you have not met the enemies that are immune to fire yet, but... Fuck off. No, stop it. Oh, there we go. You've not met the enemies that are allergic to fire. Allergic. No, immune. / more defensive towards fire. But you can see that my stats are not very good right now. Besides magic. However, I'm gonna make a run for it to get the gold. Only one of the golds got stolen, which honestly, not that bad. I'll take it. Also, you'll notice as weaker enemies start showing up and we are stronger with magic, they definitely die easier, and which is really cool. And it's a really cool, fuck off, neat fact that occurs, actually. I'm kind of stressing. I want to win. I don't want to die again, and I don't want to unplug my controller at the same time, which, if I, like, jostle the cord at all, it, disconnects. Also, I think they scale up the thieves at least. Wait, what? Wait. There was a gold? I think they scaled up the thieves, because I think that thief just did 21 damage to me by an arrow, but I also don't care enough. I don't think they scale up the health, I think they scale up the damage. Which is, I guess, fine by me. I don't really care either way. Let me just... I guess... Oh, shit. Ooh. We're near the end. We're nearly there, and we're nearly where I want to end today on, honestly. Just one... Ooh. I guess I don't want the episodes to go too long, and alright, depending on how these next couple of levels go, I will decide. But I don't know. I don't want to like run for too long because it's also late and I am tired and I'm a little pussy boy. But we'll see. Again, this game is very entertaining to me. So this game is a lot of like brainless fun because again, if my controller did not die, I would not have died right there. I might like if I do another character that like is not part of the hard mode, I might do like a agility only run or something like that. Something to make it more interesting, relatively. But you know, I don't know. Here though, we have a nice little segue. Just a little intermediate area between one place to the next. We were in Cyclops' cave, and now I normally break this wall with the boomerang. However, I can show you that you can break it with the sword. It's just lame. We are now into the Cyclops' temple, or whatever the fuck. We're in the Cyclops' something or other. We're in his lair. That might be the word. And he is obviously our next target. So basically, my thought process here is, so obviously Cyclops, damn it, is our next target. He has the princess. I could end things concretely right there, get the second princess, because I'm not going to lose, I'll tell you that much. He's a very interesting boss, though. I really like Cyclops. Look at him. Look at them, too. They're adorable. I can either end it right here, or I can just play like one more level. I think it is, and I might do that depending on what time I kill Cyclops. Spoilers, because I probably will. I'll probably kill him. And it depends, actually. I don't know. It's like I can end it on second princess, smooth halfway through the game, relatively speaking, hypothetically speaking, or I could keep it going and complete, spoiler alert, 1/2 of the map. I don't think that's 1/2 of the total levels, but I think it's 1/2 of the map total. Minus the arenas, because obviously I don't want to do the arenas right this second, because they are really repetitive. So I could obviously beat the Barbarian Arena right now. I could probably beat the fucking other arena. I got the Thieves Arena if I wanted to at level 13, but I don't want to. I think that's a good enough reason. I don't wanna. Oh, also I forgot the boomerang can bring you fruit and stuff, which is actually really helpful. And like, look at that. It can bring you like fruit and gold and stuff. And here it is. The enemy that is resistant to fire. Ow. Pain in my ass. I think he's, okay, well, maybe I should have thought things through. He's kind of resistant. He's damage resistant, but not stagger resistant to lightning, which, again, I should have thought about, but I didn't. So, that's cool. I might struggle in the next area then, but that doesn't matter. You also get the lightsaber from defeating him if you didn't already get it from a random world drop. Most weapons can be a random world drop as far as I know. However, I love this boss so much. He's so funny to me. And he's also fast as fuck. I don't remember if you can block this attack with a shield or not. No. Ow. Yeah, you can, you know, manipulate using the forward round. Wow. Who'd have thought? Oh, alright. Using some perspective. Oh. Just to pop a fucking potion, just to make sure I don't die. I really don't want to do this level again. This level, I enjoy. It's very cool aesthetically and everything. Ouch. There we go. And to boot, a nice little Terminator reference. Oh, it's from 7 minutes ago. Thank you for the follow, Flowy. However, we have beaten and killed our second main boss of the game. Therefore, we have collected our second princess of the game. Which means we are, I guess, like technically, if you think about the story, halfway through the game. Relatively. There's still a lot of shit to do in general. But we completed that. It's only 3:11. I've only been streaming for 63 minutes. I had to check. I didn't remember. 63 minutes. That's fine. I have uploaded. I think the first video was a lot longer for Hollow Knight. So we have now learned the final magical ability, which is a magic jump. We can do it like that. So basically what you can do is combine that with the first ability where like you just kind of jumped and then did that with it's just basically a better version of doing the double A. It saves me a lot of times if I get swarmed. I don't know. I like these guys. I like this guy. I think he's funny. I think the concept is cool. These potions, it's funny. These potions are cheaper. There's actual differences between the shops. These potions are cheaper than the ones in the Barbarian and the Thieves. And I think a different shop later in the game are more expensive. It's really cool. This game is cool and funky and fresh. You should definitely you should definitely play it whenever you get the chance. However, it's time to go to Lava World. Now this place, we also bought some sandwiches. You'll find out later why. you'll see actually in this level why I bought sandwiches. However, this level I'd say is probably the first area that actually like amps up the difficulty a little bit. It has constant environmental hazards. These enemies, much like the thieves spam their bow and arrows, these enemies spam their RT plus B, their single target magic, to shocking effect. Because that attack burns and does more damage than my entire like combo does. They do 56 per. My lightning bolt does 37. Like, my bad, 58, and they lock you in like a corner and just keep doing it. It's fucking absurd. It is dangerous here, and if you do not build defense or are not like on the lookout for it, you will die. Like right there. I don't even know, dude. It's difficult. Even with, I think, probably the best character you can face this with, because you obviously don't get any resistances as the Orange Knight. You would never get resistance to magic. This is probably the best person you can be, just because you can shock lock them with your magic. However, their RTB goes farther, and like, maybe I also haven't noticed as we level up our magic, the lightning bolt gets longer. However, their bolts or their fireballs go longer, and they survive one full frying of me from full magic to 0. So I kind of can't do much here. But they also to kind of touch on that a little, they never cast their actual their Y magic, which if I remember correctly from when I've used them, I remember correctly, it does knock you down, but they don't cast it. That is a thing, is that most enemies that are obviously computer and not boss, well, fucking okay. That just proved me wrong right there. That genuine single enemy proved me wrong. I was saying most enemies just use their single projectile because they're not fighting multiple enemies. But that singular fire demon just proved me wrong. However, we've reached the sandwich door. It is a door with a sandwich on it. So, that is what happens when you pop a sandwich. You have 10 seconds of being built as fuck, like the dudes that we killed. However, that's not why we're using this. We're not using it to kill people, we're using it to open the door. And we can think back to the factory, where he was like, ha ha ha, you're not thick enough, you're not big body enough to open this door. Which, now we are. Yeah, and so as you can see, they kind of spam magic, which is absurd. Like, these enemies, to me, they and the ice enemies, I remember what the in-game name is no longer acceptable. It is not good. The ice enemies spam they spam snowballs. Fire demons spam fireballs. It's kind of fucking ridiculous. What, like, that just did 116 damage to me in the span of 2 seconds because he knocked me down into that. Which, by the way, that was kind of banger accuracy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of killing it. So, spoiler alert. This game is kind of difficult sometimes. As I just spent the first hour of the game saying it's not a paragon of difficulty, it can be. There are definitely parts of it that are not easy, and like fire demons are one of them. I think the entire design of fire demons are not easy. Like, they are genuinely like smart enemies. They have either good AI or just like their bad AI of like spamming their magic abilities works on like human beings. Because even like other enemies later in the game, I don't find half as challenging as fire demons. Well, actually, the next area that we're like literally about to do, I also find pretty challenging, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to like I just feel like I shouldn't keep contradicting myself if I'm gonna make blanket statements. However, we're here at a cool part. So there's the evil wizard, and there's his pal. His pal, one of the coolest characters in the game, because look at this shit. His pal has a specific name. He's known around many parts, including the official game, as the Necromancer. Oh my god, I forgot about that! These characters, these enemies are very strong physically. They have very big strength, very not much health, but still do more damage physically than I do with my projectile magic. That genuinely scared me. I forgot about that completely. However, the Necromancer is one of the coolest enemies in the entire game. Specifically, and they realized that they being Behemoth realized he was cool enough, and they made him a DLC character. You can play as okay, I feel like this is not a spoiler alert, considering he was walking around, flying around with the evil wizard man. He's a boss. You can play officially as a boss. Like, I don't think it's any surprise because, again, this is, you know, more than, I feel like more than 4 or 5 characters would be kind of, or not, having less than 5 characters would kind of be insane, but being able to play as every, like, evil minion is a cool, like, bonus to the game, and there's an achievement about it. I think it's, like, kill the boss, or, like, defeat the first boss, or whatever his name is, as a minion. It's cool. But playing as a minion is one thing. It's still laggy there. Playing as a boss, like the Necromancer, is another thing. And his abilities are also just fucking awesome, I might add. That is my fangirling over, however. That is my fangirl moment over. I think it's really cool, and Behemoth as a studio is very cool, and they make fun games. I never played Alien Hominid, but I love Battle Block Theater. I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm not gonna know how to beat this boss because I am tired of being here. Lava World scares me. Lava World is intense, and that happens. Where I let my guard down for 2 seconds, and I become roasted human. Basically, fire demons, even in the Super Sandwich, you don't get staggered. However, Super Sandwich is, again, a new concept introduced right in this level, so it kind of makes sense that the only way to beat a mini-boss within this level would be to use your Super Sandwich, and fire demons here drop them. It's cool, we're nearing the end, and this is a really funny boss. I find it very funny. I find it, dare I say, hilarious, even. As you can see from the fruit and the chicken leg we are near the end. Oh, I did not think that, it'd be it. So we have a sock puppet and a dragon. Alright, and oh god, I've never had that happen before. The dragon hits a fire demon and absolutely crashes it. Okay, so basically, we're fighting a dragon. The king of the lava world, per se. And in the other corner is a sock puppet throwing rocks down the wall. It's a funny boss fight. I don't know. I think it's really funny that they have a sock puppet just fucking chucking rocks. That does 46 damage each. Jesus Christ. Ouch. Hashtag ouch. This is, I'm not gonna declare it easy until I beat it. However, it's not that hard of a boss fight, truthfully. And if I don't kill him right now, I will eat this chicken leg, and then I will kill him after he kills this fire demon. Nope, I have to do it myself. Cool, okay, so we kill the dragon. It's not that difficult. The sock puppet's funny. However, we get one specific thing from this, which is the wheel. I'm gonna go to where we need the wheel first before I actually explain what we're trying to do, because it kind of explains it for me, obviously. We beat that. Oh. And so there we have a little funky thing going on, which is we know that we killed the Cyclops, but we also don't know that the Necromancer, the absolute badass that he is, just revived the Necromancer. Or the Necromancer revived the Cyclops from the dead, which is sicko mode. However, before I continue to the fortress, I'm gonna go here to the dock. I kind of never went here. It kind of explains the goal of what we're doing right now, which is we require these relics before we set sail. The compass, which was at the blacksmith, the wheel, which was just obtained there, and the telescope. Excuse me, I was thirsty. We need these three things, and then as you can see to the right, we have a level of ship. Okay, so what next? We have the industrial castle. And we know we can't get in. It's such a tragedy. However, if we look right up here, we can definitely get in. However, how you're really intended to get in is by ripping the fucking door open off of its hinges. And then you get into the industrial castle, which I think brings us to like the second straight area of like actually difficult enemies who aren't afraid to use their magic. They just don't have a ton of health. They do a lot of damage physically, and even that one, and like some of the fire demons started doing it, using their magic jump. But these motherfuckers are pitching bombs, and they are throwing gears, and they also, in my opinion, I think they're the fencers, I think is the game name for them. That's much better. The fencers are kind of fucking sick. And so are these guys. These characters, I think, are some of the coolest in the entire game. Like, I think, like, that magic is ridiculous. I think that is so cool. And, like, that is just sound like a total nerd, a loser, a geek. That magic, fucking saws, buzz saws, fucking awesome. I have to say. And also the industrial castle as a level, very cool, very cool. Ow, I could die. So I've died is okay. So we're also level 16, so I'm gonna take advantage, because as you saw, I was looking at the weapon stats because I kind of had a weapon that I had at level 1 with me. So I'm gonna take a look at the level 15 weapons we could get. I kinda would like strength and defense over anything else, because I kind of have a ton of magic already, which is why that first one was good. So 1 strength and 1 defense, that can be our starter right now. Plus strength plus defense, that's pretty good. It minuses magic a little, but we have so much magic to go around, I'm kind of not mad about it. This one, a little less strength, a little more defense, no magic loss, it's pretty good. Plus 5 strength, that's also pretty good, honestly. That might be a contender. Plus 2 strength, minus 1 magic, plus 5 defense. That right there. That's pretty good. Plus 3 magic, plus 3 defense. I don't need plus magic, I'm not gonna lie. The Keyblade's pretty cool. This blade is pretty cool, but it minuses defense. I don't want to minus defense. Plus 4 strength, plus 2 defense is pretty good. I'm going to compare it to this one. Plus 2 strength, plus 5 defense, minus 1 magic. Agility, I don't care about. That is, I can obviously say that. Also, there are symbols at the bottom of the screen, or at the bottom of the weapon, that mean something. Fire means it can burn an enemy. Skull means it can crit an enemy. Both of those are cool. Now, this is the weapon of choice. This is the weapon that I would choose over any of them, really. But I'm not going to, because I'm not level 20. So this is the weapon that we've ended up with. +4 strength, +2 defense. It's pretty good. I'm okay with that. And then, obviously, we've leveled up magic the entire way. It took us 15 levels, give or take, because I think it would have taken us like 14 if we didn't put anything anywhere else. But also, after level 20 as well, I'm gonna say that I'm probably gonna get rid of Giraffe just because I don't want to be like too over leveled, as well as I just thought I had to rip the door open again. I don't want to be too over leveled, as well as there are some other pets that actually have good benefits. Like there's and also I will say some pets do have good benefits that are also though drawbacks. They have certain pets have drawbacks. There's one that I definitely passed by when we were looking at it, or when I was getting Giraffe, or just kind of showing all of the pets, called Polar Bear. I don't remember what the real name is. It is the Polar Bear. And it mauls enemies that are at low health. But there is a downside, because that kind of does seem broken, that like how Rami attacked us randomly, that Polar Bear attacks enemies that it sees, it attacks enemies that it senses are at low health. I will note, however, that it will also attack you at low health, leaving you to die. So that is a choice you need to make if you can manage your health well and not get into shitty situations like I do, where I get comboed and deal with this all the time. I just have poor timing, and then I don't want to get hit again, because this is a stressful area coming up. Not to spoil things, but my memory of this game, again, as a kid, I played it so many times. And first off, not to get like existential, I hate that I can like use the phrase as a kid and like it means something. That is completely unrelated, and it just is instead of like a funny thing, it is a me coming to terms with being an adult. That is its own thing. However, when I was a kid, I used to play this game so much and beat it so many times with so many characters, because I was obsessed with unlocking new characters, and I didn't even once think to Google which characters are unlocked by beating the game with the other character. So I just literally beat the game so many times with random ass characters, thinking that I would get unlock new characters. And then sometimes, like, I beat the game with the panda, and then panda is at the end of its lineage, because it goes red knight, skeleton, panda. I just didn't get a character at the end of the panda, and I like lived with that, and I was like, huh, duly noted, I guess. But I beat the game so many times. I remember the game and a lot of its secrets, not all, not even close to all, but a lot of secrets like the back of my hand, relatively. Like, do you remember the Keyblade? Do you remember the door at the back of the pet place? Keyblade opens that. For example, the Keyblade is obtained late in the game, very late. But that is something that you'll find out, because I'll probably pick up the Keyblade when we get to that point in the game. This dude is a cool enemy. He looks cool, and he has a cool looking animal orb. And he is his animal orb, I think, was the inspiration of the gamer tag of my friend that I met online through this game when I was like single-digit age. I genuinely don't remember how old I was. It's Cardinal. Look at him. He gets things. There's a weapon at the end that you can pick up, but I also don't care, because I already have the weapon, and I don't think I actually have the correct orb. I don't think the Cardinal does it either. I think it's a different animal orb. It's the same animal orb, I think, who would pick you up the boomerang, which I already have and don't know. So obviously, this boss is the Prince. I think that's his name, the Prince. Using different mechanical fucking things. to piss you off as you're kind of being a little, as you're trying to stop him. Like that. Alright, we're gonna use a potion. I normally, again, boss fights, I'm not a huge fan of using potions. Kinda. It switches between on my honor of like, oh, I'm a beast, I'm a baller, I don't need to use potions, to I'm going to die and I don't want to redo this entire level. And like, it's a cool gun. This gun specifically, it I think has all of the elements in it. Like, it shot poison at us the first time. It shot poison at us the first time, shot ice at us the next time. And I think yeah, this one has the lighter at the end of it, so it shoots fire at us. And I don't know if there's a lightning one or not. However, I'm just gonna slow roll it. I don't want to buy potions. This will, however, be or I will end this when I sail to the New World. Right, the New World. I mean, when I get to the, when I use the boat. It does not have any lightning. I think the lightning aspect, if it was trying to go for an all elements, the lightning is the thing I broke, which electrifies the floor. And shoots lightning bolts at us through, obviously. As you can see, the evil wizard takes the princess. We do not get a princess for our efforts here. We instead get to have a telescope. Spoiler alert, which is right over there. And also, there's a weapon that gets taken, or gets given. But also, we kill him. And we get to look through the telescope. Look at the other side of the kingdom. Across the ocean to see a princess. And the next baddie that we will be tracking down being the Ice King. Or the Ice Demon, or the Ice Wizard, or something like that. This level, difficult to me, I find. I find these enemies to be very difficult to face, personally. That is just a me thing. I don't know, I can't deal with, like, getting swarmed. However, we can go to the dock. With the dock, we have all three of those things. We can sail, we can set sail on the 7 seas. It's the title music as we're hitting the open ocean with crabs on our boat. However, cannons are avasti, matey. We're getting attacked by canyons. They predicted fucking Sea of Thieves. And listen to this banger music. And we have a pirate ship of ninjas. As we're fighting with cannons, fighting off ninjas. Oh, and a robot head, apparently. Oh, never mind. Octopus, I never noticed that in my life. Okay. We're getting attacked, and there's more bombs, and there's ninjas attacking us, and excuse me. I think I could finish this entire game in a night, but I also don't want to because I kind of want to cover the arenas and stuff. And I know, like I was, or like I originally thought after I beat Hollow Knight, I don't want to do any of the extra shit because it's all on the soul, on the Steel Soul. And I really don't want to do it again. I beat Hollow Knight, I beat 114%, or 112% on my original account that I used to get all my achievements. I don't want to do it again. And I kind of don't want to show it again. And I don't want to risk my Steel Soul because that Steel Soul is a pretty damn good run. And it was all recorded. And I beat Nightmare King Grim in like my first try on that run, which is fucking insane to me. I want to say, but that's also, this is not the this is not the stream to talk about it. This is where you normally get the shovel as well. In the desert, you have a lot of dig spots. Most of them are kind of useless or give you like fruit. I thought I was able to get some time off, but or like I thought it was just gonna send me immediately to map. However, it didn't, and so we're gonna continue going, grooving with the desert. These scorpions are really cool to me because you just keep juggling them, and I've juggled it like I've juggled one probably double-digit times. It was really cool. And it sounds like the stupidest thing to be proud of, but it's cool. Like, you just like, whoop, and then like juggle them. But I obviously have fallen out of practice. But scorpions have like 1 health, so you can just kill them with any attack ever. You can kill them like with your shovel, for instance. Like, oh, I bet you didn't know your shovel could do damage. Now you do. Also, they shoot way more frequently than I thought. I also thought they would be stunned by my lightning. But also, if you notice, they have bibs and forks. This is a comedic game. I love it. I love this game. I love everything about it. I admire this game. And it's comedy. However, again, I am kind of surprised that I've never beat this game on its difficult mode. This is a cool enemy. And also, it's a mini-boss. I depict it as a mini-boss, therefore it does not count as part of the enemies that you fight, but do not play as. It's also immune to... Oh, that's the wrong one. It's immune to lightning. I didn't know it would not get stunned. Huh. But whatever. That's another one you can't fight or be, and obviously the things that are in the sand whirlpools, you also can't be. So that blanket statement maybe was a little incorrect, but fuck you. Oops. I don't know what else to say except I tried to make a generalized statement and I did not have the necessary evidence to back it up. I find it interesting that they don't stagger by my group lightning, but they stagger just by getting normally meleeed. And I find it funny how I can't... You can normally shield that. I promise. Let me dig up. I think it's gold. Yeah. Again, you dig up a lot of gold. You dig up a lot of fruit. A lot of gold. Which is cool. As a new character, you don't have a lot of gold. I kind of thought you kept... I thought gold, like, transcended character and was just kind of a count. But, I was wrong, apparently. Oh, this is also a thing. Whoops, I didn't even remember that was an attack. If it's not obvious, I kind of do not remember this part very much because this and the next two areas kind of not even blend together. They're not very memorable. But it is cool. You get gold a lot. You get to dig up stuff. You get to see these enemies. These enemies are probably the coolest looking enemies. The chain faces, or like they got chainmail on. They're very cool. I don't remember their real names. I think they're just called the Royal Guard, which is, I don't remember. I don't know where the source, I just looked up how to get all the characters. I don't know if their source is legit or anything like that. I don't know. Because a lot of the names they used, I did recognize. Like the fucking... Actually, no. There was some I didn't even recognize then. Like the fucking, what they call the green bastards. We haven't met the green bastards yet. I did not ever think of them as what they were called. I'm going on a tangent because I don't know. Basically, I think those characters are called the Royal Guards. And if they're not, they are called, yeah, they're called the Royal Guard. And you get them by beating the game with the Green Knight. Oh, I've kind of been slacking on that. My bad. Okay, so what's it called? I'm trying to think of the enemies we've beaten because I was trying to think of how to trying to remember to say how to unlock them. You unlock the Royal Guards by beating the game with the Green Knight, which I find kind of weird, honestly. I don't get it. But dick scorpions. What's it called? I can check. The Fire Demon you shockingly, obviously, get from beating the game with the Orange Knight, the Fire Knight, and you get the Ninja from beating the game with the Fire Demon. The Blue Knight, when you beat the game, you get the Industrialist, which was the blue and gray armored guys in the factory. And when you beat the game with the Industrialist, you get the Fencer, which was the first guy we met, all of them that had the foils, and were like the first enemies in the factory. If you beat the game with the Royal Guard, you get a character we haven't met yet, and if you beat the game with the Grey Knight, you get a character we haven't met yet. Beat the game with the Barbarian, you get a Beekeeper, and if you beat the Thief, you get a character we haven't met yet. That is basically, oh, hey, there's Giraffe. That is as far as we can go. I'll mention the Royal Guard character that we unlock. Oh, there's their. So that is, I would say, one small complaint I have is that the magic that the Royal Guard just used. Also, we can see aliens in the background, and this is gonna be a really cool Easter egg if you like the Alien Hominid series coming up soon. Spoiler alert. Basically, one thing I do not like about some of the characters is, even though they're really unique and have unique designs, some don't have unique magic. Some just carry different aesthetic looks of the same magic. Like that, having your attack all be arrows and having your direct attack be bombs is specifically first seen with the Grey Knight, and then it's seen in characters like, I think maybe the Barbarian. No, not the Barbarian. Maybe the Thief. And then it's repeated here again. I think like one or two other characters also repeated it, like Stoveface, which is a character we have not seen yet. Stoveface, I think, also has that kind of magic, and I think it's like, excuse me, specifically like for characters that have unique designs. Like I would definitely like, especially the Royal Guard, the Stoveface, whatever, take it or leave it. They're kind of knights too, or like I don't know. I get it, I guess. But Royal Guards have a very unique look and a very unique environment, and I feel like they could have benefited with some different magical abilities. Because the other enemies that we see in this area, or will see in this area, that are unlocked by beating the game with the Royal Guard, have their own magic ability. And I think it would have been cool. But whatever. This game is like, original game is like genuinely probably older than me, or around that age of, like, released on like a very fledgling PC game and such. I don't know, it's an old game. They added DLC packs, which was always cool, which added characters like the King and the Mask Off Grey Knight, which I didn't think ever was necessary, but whatever. And the Necromancer, and then obviously they added patches for Alien Hominid, which was their game before this, and then BattleBlock Theater, the game they made after this. Behemoth is a great studio. That is all that needs to be known, is Behemoth is a great studio. I just think specifically for that, they could have done it. They could have just fucking given like 2 new magical ability sets. However, that's not the point. It doesn't matter. We're in an alien ship now. These are all the character models of the creators of the game, Dan Phelp and Paladin Man, as well as other creators. It's very cool. Very little cool Easter egg. This again is an entire area dedicated to their character Alien Hominid. That's like a little crossover to their world. And this is a very cool area, specifically because they all die in one hit. That is kind of their gimmick. And their magic is shooting the gun. Shooting the gun. So, like, because they die in one hit and all they do is, like, basically shoot the gun. As you saw, I got sword hit by their gun, which is an actual sword in this game, or in the game. Just kind of get flooded. They flood the area. And this is where, like, the magic or the double A, or even just doing that and getting, like, a big array. This is the area, probably the one area where the best ability is having the arrows. The arrows that the Royal Guard uses, or has in general. Or, ooh, you could super sandwich here and make it probably slight work. However, that's not my business. I don't care particularly one way or the other. At this point, I do not want to finish the game. I want to get out of this area so I can leave. But I'm also not gonna... You could die, I could die, and just go to the main menu. However, I also want to complete the game. Also, we're about to hit level 20, which means I'm going to stop using Giraffe, because that just kind of means I'm on, like... You should not be level 20 before here. Like, having Giraffe, I'm level 19, and again, I'm like maybe halfway through the game. I don't know. However, this enemy is super funny to me. He's lifting 600. He's curling. One arm curling 600. Now it's an escape. I got a minute to escape. We gotta go. Now this I find best to just super sandwich through, because you can kind of get knocked up, like if you run into literally every single hit of it, but for the most part you're fine. It's very not bad, and as you saw, I was kind of avoiding it on accident, just running through it with the super sandwich, but it doesn't matter. Either way, you get out before the minute ends, and you survive the ship explosion. And now we meet another unique enemy, the Saracens. They are unlocked, as you obviously also just saw. I fucked them up. They're unlocked. Oh, this is cool. Look, you can kill Scorpion just by walking over them. They're unlocked by defeating the game, or beating the game with the Royal Guard, and they have a Y ability somewhat similar to the Panda, which is a tornado, and then I don't remember what I think their B is the same kind of gist fuck, yeah, oh, no, that's interesting, actually, no, it's a sand, veil. Huh, I didn't know that, that's pretty cool. They made new abilities. See? Like, if the Saracen could have a new ability, why can't the fucking, people? Why can't the Royal Guard? Royal Guard are cool looking. Saracens are cool enemies too, and there's a cool little thing at the end of this level, or at the end of the next level. Why can't... There we go. Wow. Why couldn't the Royal Guard just have new abilities? Hashtag get... Oh, I'm out of potions. Wow. This might get ugly. Well, it's fine. Oh, cringe. It's not fine. I lied. It's a lie. I lied. It was a lie. It's not fine. As long as they can throw bombs at me, I'm kind of defenseless. Or if they, like, roll past me doing lightning. Basically, I gotta rely on myself to level up. Also, the camels attack, just like the alligator had the bite, the camel spits. It's funny. It's funny. Laugh at it. This game is comedic gold, truly. But whatever. We're just gonna keep going. Keep on going. There's a dude with an animal orb and he's on a camel. We can chase him down. We're right behind him. It's so easy. He's free. We have no agility. I think this sword actually minuses agility, but we're fine. We're fine. It's so free. Kind of. We're getting sucked into all the sand whirlpools, but somehow he didn't. Cringe. There we go. Easy. Slight work even. Oh, he's just getting on. He's just getting away. Dude, fuck off. Get off the camel. Stop it. Fight me like a man. And by that, just get killed by my lightning like a man. This is the zebra. I don't remember what he does, but it's the zebra. That's about all as much I can say. I have no idea. I don't remember what a lot of the animal orbs do. I obviously only use Giraffe, really, if you could not tell, because it gets you an insane level advantage, which probably makes the game easier. And I've already died like once or twice legitly. And I'm not counting the death where my controller died, because that's lame, and I don't want to count it. And I just got murked. Alright, so basically there's a lot of enemies in here, and I don't want to fight them right this very second. I'm gonna let it set for a second. There is an animal orb back here. It's a tiger. I have no idea what it does. However, that's not my... no me importa. It's time to use lightning and kill things. These guys are beefy. They'll survive more. My lightning, however, needs to recharge. And also, royal guards are kind of scary. However, I can get them in my little trap. Royal guard dead. Oh, wow! You see, I have them right where I want them. And that's why being the Lightning Knight is probably the best. It's the easiest character to use. And now we're on to a different area. Different funky music. Very cool areas. Again, it's nice that they at least try to make their every area feel very unique. Very unique aesthetically, and then have new enemies. They don't have many returning enemies. Again, the thieves were kind of the thieves were a returning enemy for a lot of the Cyclops arc. However, describing anything as an arc, the Cyclops arc, the thieves were prevalent throughout all of that, but like they were not the main enemy of an area ever, or like in that besides in the thieves den. Basically, they were the main area, or the main enemy of their area, and that was it. And like, I like that they keep on making new enemies. I think it's very cool, very unique. What? He just took that like a fucking champ. They're all dead. Wow, look at that. Sometimes the level up cheese is just so easy. Oh, cringe, oh, cringe, oh, cringe, cheese. Sometimes yeah, like there it is, like the arrow storm. It's cool, and it's good at staggering. It's good at stunning. It's good at taking people out of their shields. But like, definitely could have given something cooler. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna die on that hill. However, we're gonna get to the end of this area, which is very unique. It's not a fight. It's a volleyball game. And I have very poor depth perception. And you can also get hit across the line, which is something that I feel like needs to be noted because you can use that to your advantage every time. Because it would happen to me. They used it against me. First to 10, it's not that hard. You will definitely let up some, I was about to say goals. You'll definitely let up some points just by not being able to judge where the ball goes. Again, you can kind of track it by going over the shadow, but it's pretty easy to get to 10. And with that, they give you a map. Because you won. They're not evil. These guys aren't evil. They're just kind of vibing. You beat their volleyball game, and they're not working with no evil wizard. You beat their volleyball game, so they give you a map. Now we have 6 to do, so we're going to do a 3 in strength and 3 in defense. We're not doing any agility. That's stupid. The map blows away the sand and reveals a flooded temple. And a door with a horn on it. Kind of a lot like that sign that had a horn on it. However, that is going to be for another time. The march onward. We're in the end game, kind of. Not really. We're in like the 2/3 game. We're pretty far. We're over halfway at this point. And if you go into your stats, it auto saves. I just want to make sure I'm not losing all of this progress. But that's gonna do it for me. I'm done here. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. It's late. I hope you enjoyed though. Castle Crash is one of my favorite games, and I'm gonna do this at least once. Maybe go on a different character to do a higher level, the challenge run, because that'll be actually difficult. But I hope you enjoyed. Hope you wanted to see more, because you're probably gonna finish the game and do probably maybe, if you're lucky, do all of the arenas next stream as well. So thank you all so much for watching. It's been Just Crust, and I'm gonna head out.